Jarace, now that you're playing every game, where do you feel the most progress day to day in your routine and your basketball life, all sorts of stuff like that?
I feel like it's coming down to just like overall confidence and comfortability. I mean, like you're saying, just getting those reps day in, day out, every single game. I feel like just coming in with that assertive mindset and just being aggressive.
Do you feel that you have made strides in that area since day one of this season?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm less tentative, just going out there, just trying to play my game. And I'm still figuring it out. There's a lot of ups and downs that come with the season, but over time, I'm definitely learning a lot.
I feel like you've been changing positions quite a bit with just the front court stuff you guys had, and how much will having Thomas kind of lock you into what you really focused on this summer positionally?
Yeah, for sure. Implementing Thomas in like a true five. Knowing we're getting out of that position, so everybody kind of shifts back down. We're back to the four, me at the three, obviously. So just having that and just knowing that that we're playing our regular positions is a plus for sure. But I mean, we're so versatile that we figure it out regardless.
You mentioned ups and downs. Ricky was kind of the same terms. What have been to you the most important ups, and what have been maybe the most frustrating downs?
I mean, ups is obviously, the good games, everything's going well, scoring, rebounding, just doing everything to impact the game. And then just the other games where I don't have as much of a big of an impact, maybe a less scoring game, not as many rebounds, whatever it happens to be. So, good games and bad games are going to happen, but just finding a way to impact the game day in and day out.
Maybe it is statistical, but what to you in your head is the biggest difference between those good and bad nights for you?
I feel like it comes down to my mindset, and then obviously just effort and energy. I'm just continuing to bring that day in and day out, and then just kind of letting everything else kind of carry itself.
Probably had as many practices the last week and a half as you had the 2 months prior. What's been the primary goal of kind of putting all those together, what the coaches have been trying to accomplish?
I feel like it's pace, it's conditioning, and it's just chemistry. I feel like we're learning a lot with these practices. Obviously implementing Thomas, so just having him in with the blue group, us talking to him, teaching him new things, teaching him our play style, our plays, defensive schemes. So I feel like it comes down to we do a lot of conditioning, get up and down, and then just our chemistry as a whole.
You mentioned the pace. Did they show clips at all or mention how, you weren't really playing Pacers pace for a stretch there?
For sure. Just not all the guys running as hard as we could, getting to the corners, our rim runners, our sailors, and even our guards walking the ball up the court here and there. So just trying to implement that pace and just get back to who we are as a team.
You play with them every game. What do you make of the natural chemistry between TJ and Obi?
Man, it's definitely organic, definitely natural. But I feel like that's our team and that's our blue squad in general. Just the comfortability, the togetherness, just the family aspect that we have that we share on and off the floor.
How's that group come together? Since you guys have had 50 in that group, it seems like you've seen a little bit of chemistry over the last week or so when you kind of settled on a group there. What kind of progress do you think has come along there? And how do you like it? It seems like you guys are able to really space pretty well as a group. What do you like about this chemistry of that unit?
Yeah, that key. Obviously, TJ's more of a downhill guy, so us being able to space the floor, knowing to cut, knowing to just give him space to operate. So I feel like we do a great job of figuring that out. And then obviously, for being a rookie, just him watching the guys in front of him and then watching our spacing, because spacing is a concept that's not comfortable with everybody. So just figuring that out, especially with a guy like TJ who's really crafty, who's always downhill. So he definitely needs space and openings to create that, and that's when the problems start.
What's defensively where you feel like your biggest strides have been? As Rick mentioned, you've been put on a lot of pretty big assignments when you come up in off the bench. You've had to guard some top players. How do you feel like you've improved in that area? Or where do you kind of feel like your biggest area of progression is?
I feel like the biggest area of progression is just less gambling, staying solid, and then pick and roll defense for sure. Just getting into the ball handlers, making an impact, and then just keep focusing on not getting rejected, and just playing team defense.
Your still numbers still been pretty high as far as it seems like you're not gambling as much. How are you working that part in there to where to go for turnovers, to where to go to create steals and stuff like that within the concept of having to stay solid?
I feel like it just comes down to staying solid, defensively and offensively, taking care of the ball, making the right plays. If it's not open, don't force it. But somebody that got to work on that is Ben Matherin. I feel like he's a great player and he gets downhill very often and he makes a lot of good reads. So a great guy to play with.
Oh man.
you have any thoughts about what Thursday might feel like for you, or just how that whole honor will hit you?
I kind of got a glimpse of it last year with Ben. It's obviously a special honor and something I'm very grateful for, and grateful for everyone in the organization that's coming to see it, and my family's coming too. So just it'll be a special time.
What did Arizona mean for you?
Everything. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without that place. So to all the coaches, teammates, everyone that was around there, staff that was there, I just am very thankful for, and especially the fans. They still show a lot of love, and I'm very grateful for that place.
I think Rick obviously pointed out that you get this in different ways. You're getting this because you've been in the year, in close to 10 years, basically. Obviously, some of the people get it based on what they did in college. Is there a way in which it's kind of more meaningful to say that you get honored past what you do beyond there? It's based on kind of what you did with your opportunity once you got it.
Yeah, it kind of just feels like that everything that I've accomplished in my career, I've scratched and clawed and earned, and this is no different. I've worked very hard to get to this point, and again, just very grateful to Arizona for doing this.
How have you seen progress in Jarace? Obviously, he's got a lot of the opportunity based with Ben and Aaron being out. Where have you seen his growth?
You can just see how much more comfortable he is. Game's starting to slow down, but I think what he's done defensively for us, just continuing to get better on that end and take a lot of pride. And he's guarding a lot of the team's best players, and it doesn't matter the size. He's accepting the challenge, and on offense, he's moving the ball and reading the defense at a higher level, and he's been really good for us.
Wait, tell me a little more about where you've seen him progress defensively. Like, one thing he said last year, Rick said last year, is he felt like he gambled too much, and that's something. He still gets a lot of steals, obviously, but you're seeing him kind of solidify, I guess, his posture because of how he's defending you guys.
Yeah, I mean, he has. We're all guilty of gambling. It's human nature, especially in this sport, but his ability and desire to just sit down and guard his yard, and he does it at a high level. I think he's improved tremendously, and he's one of our best defenders on this team.
You and Obi have been paired on the second unit basically for over a calendar year now. What to you makes you guys such natural partners together?
He's just an easy guy to play with. He moves the ball. He creates pace. As a point guard, he shoots the three at a high level, and attacks the rim and puts pressure on the rim. Those are two analytically the best shots that we can get, and he's elite at both. So as a point guard, it just makes it easy to play with a guy like that.
Did you guys have to work through much together when he came to the bench last November, whenever that was? Did you already feel like you could figure out how to play off each other pretty quickly?
I mean, not really. There's a little bit of a period where you try to learn how people play, but like I said, he's just such an easy guy to play with that it was a quick transition.
We often ask new players or players new to the rotation about the acclimation process. How do those that are in the rotation help a guy like Thomas learn what you try to do and help him along?
He reached out to me. He's reached out to a lot of guys, and he wants to learn how he can fit in, and he sees how we play, and he has fit in seamlessly. He came in and played really well for us against New Orleans, and he's really going to help us. And he's a guy that can, play fast and step out and make a three and play really random and attack the rim. So that's what our second unit does. And as you see, he played really well, and like I said before, he's going to really help us.
What's that like to maybe shake someone's hand on a morning and say nice to meet you, and then be a teammate that afternoon?
That's the NBA. It's happened quite a bit. Obviously, we've had some bad luck with our backup centers, but we're extremely excited to have TB, and I know he's excited to be here.